I remember leaving Christianity with so much hate. I felt I had been scammed and cheated. Looking back, I can see that it was a learning curve. And we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to say. I left Christianity due to a call, it was a deep knowing that there is something more. And for the second time, yeah, I went down the Black revolutionary path. I learned a lot, and I'm still learning the history of so-called blacks around the world, and unavoidably world history. When we learn of some of the evils done to us, and even worse, the systems in place that hide and maintain those evils to date, it can make you begin to hate a particular race and believe that they are the enemy. It's a great play. I mean, it's a great move because indeed these so-called whites did commit these atrocities. In 2015, when I started discovering this information, it built hatred in me, and I felt like the blacks were the good guys and the whites were evil. However, I couldn't stay with this narrative for too long because I was looked after by a lovely white family when I was a baby, and I could never hate them, and I will never hate them. I love them. And it was always in the back of my mind that if they exist, there are so many more that will do. Also, some of my good girlfriends have been white or mixed. So, are we going to throw the baby out with the bathwater again? No. All the actual problems of the black race can be solved by black people. Yes, lots of conditioning and brainwashing has been done with us, but if we look within, we can begin to solve our problems. The term whites was coined in the 17th century or so. Don't quote me on that. But does that mean that there once was no discrimination based on race? The point is, it is another tactic, yeah? You can see that. It's another tactic to cause divide and chaos. All fingers are not equal. Just because someone doesn't have the same DNA capabilities that you claim that you have, and the claim to the earth that you have, doesn't mean they shouldn't be. Have you actually seen whites? Are they actually white? Do you not know what white paper looks like? That's white paper, right? Have you seen a white person that looks like this? It's like I'm doing a black-white auto balance in church again. Have you seen a white person that looks like that? If you look at them, they're really a very light shade of brown. A lot of them are. Okay, we know that. Okay, we're not going to go into the different beings that are present today on this earth, but the whites, the so-called whites, check them out. We look at them, because I think we ourselves buy into this. I'm not black. Yes, even though there's some people that are very dark. Are they black? My top. These terms, let's look. So everyone has their importance. Everyone has the reason for their existence. And everyone should try and coincide in that peace. Yes? Then when that peace is disturbed, that is what should be addressed. Not categories. If people automatically fall in those categories, let it be like that. But let those categories not be the reason why we are persecuting one another. When I left Christianity, I felt the righteous thing to do was to stand up for the black race. Until now, that's what I believe. should be important. I don't see why or how the subjugation of black people all around the world isn't something that spiritual people and leaders will stand for, even discuss. When it comes to that subject, both the religious and the spiritual people don't have anything much to say. But it can touch on other worldly issues. In fact, most religious people and spiritual people don't deal with the present day situations. I guess, they wait for people to be converted so they can change organically. You can navigate and speak on other issues and things you face in the world, but not this topic. I don't know, but it's definitely something that should be addressed and corrected. Wrongdoings should be called out and corrected by reparations, both monetary and lands. Secondly, anyone outside of the race that doesn't support that or makes you feel ashamed or, awkward because you're discussing both the history and the reparations, well, they already tell you who they are. The fact that we are all from source, all one in terms of the bigger picture also, that doesn't mean what is wrong shouldn't be corrected. The fact that we can manifest individually what we desire through knowing ourselves and waking up out of the illusion also doesn't mean that we cannot turn on the room in the light in the room. Sorry, that doesn't mean that we cannot do that. Yeah, so I hope you guys are following these points. It doesn't mean they shouldn't stop us from doing things to call out and address what is actually going on. It seems bizarre not to push for the right thing, regardless of your race, nationality, religious status, spiritual status, political, or, whatever category you put yourself in. The issue is in the playground. It's like it is a playground. The issue in the playground is that the gang will bully that child and no one will stand up for that child, especially if certain privileges will be lost in the process. Or when the gang is the teacher or the principal. Or when the child is being bullied and, has been made out to deserve what they're getting, from propaganda over the years, media, false narratives, or make them out to seem like they're strong enough to take it. And they have been taking it for so long, from many bullies through the years, from teachers to the principals. When they're being bullied by the authorities, it seems like, yes, maybe they do deserve it. Maybe it's the right thing that's been done. This is a call for all to stand up. Stand up for what is right in your schools, businesses, social groups, everywhere you find yourself. Do what is right, just and true in the eyes of source, and not a distorted bias. Would you like it being done to you? Period. Don't let bullies make you silent, complicit. No, their power lies in your silence. Remember, their power lies in your silence.